Hey guys, time for another story time with Miss Alyssa. Today's book is by another guy who's kind of like Sid Hoff in that he is the author and the illustrator. So today's book is called A Holiday for Mr. Muster. And the story and the pictures are done by a guy named Arnold Lobel. So he's the author because he wrote all the words, but he's also the illustrator because he also drew all the pictures. He's a super talented guy that he can write and draw. So let's get started. A holiday for Mr. Muster. There were sneezes and sore throats at the zoo. All the animals had very bad head colds. Mr. Muster, the zookeeper, was worried and telephoned the doctor. The doctor came and gave pills and cough syrup to everyone. These animals have been sitting in their cramped cages for too long, said the doctor. They need exercise and fresh salt air. Muster, as soon as they are all well again, you should take them to the seashore. In a few days, all of the animals were feeling much better. Mr. Muster packed a little picnic lunch. He hired a bus to take them to the seashore. All day long, everyone picnicked and played on the beach. It's time to go home now, said Mr. Muster, as he dried each animal with a large towel. Just then, he heard something. The sound of tinkling music was coming from a nearby amusement park. The animals listened to the music. They saw the beautiful colored lights. Suddenly, all the animals rushed into the amusement park. Stop! Come back! Exclaimed Mr. Muster. But there were so many things to see that the animals forgot he was there. Oh. Come back, shouted Mr. Muster, but the roller coaster was rumbling so loudly that no one could hear. Come back, called Mr. Muster, but the Ferris wheel was spinning so fast that no one would listen. Oh, do come back, cried Mr. Muster. But the animals on the parachute jump were having too much fun. The animals hoped that Mr. Muster would leave them in the amusement park forever. The day is ruined, sobbed Mr. Muster. I must find a way to make my animals come back home. He was so upset, he had to have a chocolate ice cream soda to make himself feel better. Just as Mr. Muster finished the last gurgle of his soda, he had an idea. I have an idea, he cried. He hurried to the store and bought many, many things. Mr. Muster ran back to the bus. He hammered and sawed and painted and nailed. Then he tied a big black mustache around his nose. Now no one will know who I am, he said. Step right up, called Mr. Muster. Here is the most exciting ride in the whole amusement park. The animals listened to the strange man with the big black mustache. They all wanted to try the most exciting ride in the whole amusement park and quickly climbed on the bus. Boom! Snort went the bus as Mr. Muster stepped over the starter. They drove over bridges and up high hills. They drove past cities and farms. Everyone agreed with the man with the mustache. This ride was certainly the best of all. Suddenly, the bus stopped. The ride was over. The animals climbed sadly out of the bus. There was the zoo, but where was Mr. Muster? The animals growled at the man with the big black mustache. Surprise! It's me! Cried Mr. Muster, taking off his disguise. When the animals saw him again, they felt much better. And they felt even better every time Mr. Muster took them for another ride. They would wave to children and would listen to the wind in their ears. It was always the most exciting ride in the world. The end. I don't know about you, but a trip to the beach always makes me feel better too. So if you get a chance to go this summer, you absolutely should. Play in the sand for me. So I hope you enjoyed today's story, and I'm so glad that Mr. Muster got all his animals back to the zoo and glad that they all had such a good time. And if you liked our story, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.